Dan Snyder still here? We'll see.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.
Yeah, buddy, what is going on? You know who it is, your boy Sean Spencer, my guy Will Kramer, and we are here talking Washington Football Weekly, and you already know the cloud still over our heads, but I'm gonna tell you, Will, I see a glimmer, I see a gleam, Will. I see a gleam. It's we gotta get that gleam, Will. Dan Snyder back into a corner on his way out. We've heard talks with Josh Harris. We've heard talks about him coming in. Bezos' name has been coming back around. There were some early reports that, Snyder doesn't want to sell to Bezos. But then at the same time, there was also some reports where it was, he was probably potentially doing that to see if he can raise up the money.
Right.
Well, I've kind of heard that Bezos' offer or potential offer is about 6.5, and I don't think anybody else is really even that close. So it might be a way, like, I don't even know if would Dan Snyder even be that proud to be like, I'm not going to take that, because he owes Bank of America $1 billion.
Yeah.
So he has to kind of he I'd be trying to sell quick, but you know how he's getting down. He's in a corner. There's stuff that's coming out. Will, what have you heard? What is going on? Is the nightmare finally over?
I think you're right when you say we see the light starting to shine through, and you're starting to see that Dan Snyder's rearing his ugly head at the league. And he's not going to go out quietly.
Oh, no.
He's going out kicking and screaming right now, because he is that much of a child, of a man-child with this. And so what came out Monday night, the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos' paper, reported that he wants immunity if he were to sell the team from any investigations or anything in the future that comes out. He feels like, if I give up my team, you guys can't go after me. And there's some concerns when he was told that's not the case, Dan, that's not going to happen, that he said, well, then I'm not going to sell, or I'm going to sue you guys then. And let me tell you, that has ticked off some of these owners to where they've got Jerry Jones in here trying to broker the deal with Dan and smoothly get him out of town. I mean, they're bringing in the big guns here to try and help make this happen. So that was Monday night.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, everyone's having their breakfast, drinking their coffee, and ESPN drops a bomb out there by Don Van Natta, who basically said that, the previous minority owners had mentioned that Dan tried to sneak in a loan for another $55 million in 2020 as part of an audit.
Yeah.
And the NFL knew about this, though, and they ignored it. Mm-hmm. And there was just a whole lot of back and forth. And, you and I have talked about this. Dan Snyder lost the Redskins name because of what he did with these minority owners. Yep. Trying to sell. And they had a guy lined up that wanted to purchase the team. And Dan Snyder said he'll never pass the other owners. They're not going to vote for him. Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why he said that was because he would have had to open up his books, and they would have seen all this. They would have found out that he was getting paid $5 million to put the Redskins logo on his plane, that he was paying himself $10 million to be an employee of the team.
Right.
All this, he's been funneling the team into it, to himself, and just kind of using it all together and not keeping everything separate. Yep. He's just been shady, and it's all coming to light right now. And dude is fighting for money. We talked about it earlier when we said we're running into budget concerns. Ron said the word budget. Mayhew said the word budget. When do we hear budget in Washington, D.C. when it comes off season? Snyder's was willing to sign Eric Bieniemy and give him a contract because he has to have a coaching staff. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't have to sign Deron Payne to his $80 million guaranteed that he has to stoke a check for. He can just say, not doing it. He's got his houses up for sale. He's trying to go live in England as his permanent residence. He's got that yacht he's been sailing around for the last couple of years. Dude's been living this lavish lifestyle. He can't afford it no more.
No, he can't.
So, yeah, he's backed into the corner because the NFL is pretty much kind of saying, it's over. Come on, we're doing this. But what he's finding is he wants to get rid of the team and be done, clean of everything. And they're just like, I'm not going to do that. Your name's going to get dragged through the mud even more here. And he's not happy about it.
It's about daggone time. I mean, it absolutely is. I mean, we've dealt with this stuff for so long, and he's been doing this. I mean, they were going back and they were talking about the other investors were sitting here trying to press the NFL that you need to look into this. You need to look into some of the things that he's doing. It's some shifty business. And there was a reluctance by Roger Goodell and all of them to actually look into that. And it makes you kind of wonder, we all knew when that whole email scandal came out with Gruden and everything that those emails were towards Dan Snyder. So what does he have over? We've always wondered what he has over it. And if that's going to eventually come out on his way out, because, like you said, he's kicking and screaming, threatening to sue and do all these different things. And it's like, dude, we all see the writing on the wall. What big move, what big splash are you going to make towards the end? The fact that they had to bring Grandpa Jerry Jones in here, you know what I mean? It lets you know, man, it's getting kind of serious, and he's getting desperate.
Yes. Yep. And Snyder always wants to win. He always has that need to feel like he won. And what's happening here is, I think a couple things is he valued his franchise at a certain amount and he didn't get it. The Houston Rockets owner came in with an offer of $5.5 billion. Dan wants that $6 billion. And like you said, the only guy who may be willing to give it to him is Jeff Bezos. Yep. And now and that's kind of always been the speculation the entire time. It's like Bezos is sitting back here waiting, and then he'll go, here's my offer. Do you want it? And as much as Dan can tell Bank of America, do not accept this offer. Do not put it in front of me. Do not, give this guy any chance. At the end of the day, money talks. And you said it. Is he going to give up $500 million to $1 billion difference of a sale because he can't stand Jeff Bezos? Maybe. He's that petty. Yeah. But will he? You really got to wonder.
Can he afford to? So that's going to be interesting to see how it actually breaks down. We know he's running. He's like you talked about him being on the boat on that yacht trying to sit here and sail around the world because he knows. He knows that orange jumpsuit's coming his way. What?
Well, I do think this is going to take a little bit longer than we thought. We were hoping for the end of March owners meetings that they would be voting on a new owner. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're finding out here that he's going to take his time with this. He's kind of, doing his negotiations of, well, if I sell this team, what am I going to get from this beyond money? Right. And so I think this may drag out a little bit longer than we want, but I still think we're just too far down the road for this to not happen.
And alas, we still are here, though. We still have yet to get out.
It hasn't happened. I know.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to try to dive into this and figure out what it is that it's going to finally be the final straw that will break Camel's back, get him out of here. We've seen a lot of people. There are a couple different entities trying to, procure the sale and get all that done, but it's going to still take some time. That's it. We know it wouldn't be Dan Snyder if it did,
Right.
He's going to hold on to the very last drop.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.